Pecos built right a tornado. Pecos built was the greatest cowboy who ever lived. He was as wild as a tumbleweed in a whirlwind. But how did he get that way? Bill was a mighty tyke who was only 4 years old when his family decided to move out west. Some boys would have dreaded such a long trip, but not Bill. Yee-haw! He shouted when he heard the news. Thought he was young. Though he was young, Bill was as tough as any pioneer. Bill helped his family to get ready for their journey by tossing heavy furniture into the wagon. "He as strong as a bull," said his mother. "No, he's as strong as 3 bulls," said his father. Soon Bill's family was ready to leave. The car wagon rumbled and tumbled west on dusty roads. After many weeks of hard traveling, they came to the Pecos River in Texas. While the wagon was crossing the river, Bill tossed out his fishing line. A fish just about as big as all of New England pulled Bill right into the water. That fish dragged Bill far downriver from his family. Bill thought he would slowly drown, but an old coyote saw him struggling and ran to save him. That coyote mother mustn't felt sorry for Bill because he pulled him from the water. Her pack adopted Bill and taught him the ways of the wild. Bill grew up faster than weeds in a cornfield. First his shirt popped off and then his trousers. He robbed with the coyotes by days and howled with them at night. Bill lived with the coyotes for 15 years. Then one day, a cowboy riding along the Pecos River caught sight of Bill. "Hey kid," said the cowboy, "where in the world are your clothes?" "I'm a coyote, not a kid," said Bill, "and coyotes don't wear clothes." "Well, I'll be," said the cowboy, "but if you are a coyote, then where are your tail?" Bill looked for his tail, but he couldn't find one and got confused. "Well, if I'm not a coyote," said Bill, "what am I?" "You are a mighty big boy," laughed the coyote. The cowboy gave Bill some clothes. "My name's Curly Joe," said the cowboy. "What's yours?" "I'm Bill," said Bill. "I think Pecos Bill is a better name for you," said the cowboy, and so it was. Curly Joe rode off on his horse, and Bill ran alongside him. A rattlesnake behind a rock struck Bill's leg, but Bill's leg was too tough that the snake fangs couldn't break his skin. Bill laughed as he pulled the snake off his leg. "Well, Snake," said Bill, "I guess you can come along with us now." The snake curled around Bill's shoulder as friendly as a kitten. Curly Joe, Bill, and the snake came upon a camp filled with outlaws. When they saw Bill with a live rattlesnake wrapped around his neck, the outlaw gasped. "What do you want?" asked the outlaw Philly. "Food," said Bill, "and water." Curly Joe and Bill spent the night. The next day, Bill watched as the outlaws practiced their cattle roping. "Let me show you a right way to use a lasso," said Bill as he picked up a rope. Bill lassoed the hats off the outlaw head. He landed elbows from the campfire. Bill even landed a horn of a toad. Bill saw a wild black horse near the outlaw camp. "What is that horse doing out there?" Bill asked. "Her name, Window Maker," said the outlaw. There is not a man alive can ride that horse. Quick as a whistle. Bill was on the black horse's back. She bucked, she kicked, she tossed Bill as high as the clown, but Bill still landed on her back. For 3 days and nights, Windowmaker tried to throw Bill to the ground. Finally, the horse realized that she had met her match and decided to be friends. One day in early spring, a storm came rolling in over the desert. Lightning flashed like fireworks and rain pelted the rock. The storm grew into a tornado. It swept up the snake, Curly Joe, and Widowmaker, and twisted them into the sky. Acting fast to save his friend, Bill used his lasso to catch the ugly tornado by the tail. The twister spun him like an out of control locomotive. Bill hung onto his rope as the tornado pulled him high into the air. Though he was miles above the ground, Bill wasn't worried. He put one hand over the other on his rope and climbed onto the top of the tornado. He rode that tornado like a wild bronco. The tornado twisted and turned until it finally put the snake, Widowmaker, and Curly Joe safely back on the ground. Yippee! Bill yelled as he kicked the tornado again. This time the tornado spun toward a rainbow that was in their path. Bill lassoed the rainbow and pulled it down to the desert. He didn't let go of that rainbow. He yanked it everywhere. Before long, the whole desert was full of colors that rubbed off the rainbow onto the rocks. They call it Paint Desert nowadays, and that is how Pecos Bill became the greatest cowboy who ever lived.